Hey, what's going
Yo,
on with
coach,
you?
what's good, man?
Hey, what's up with you, fam?
Nothing much, man. You live on the Studio 56 podcast right now. We got True Media coach in the building, and I want to tap in with him and let him give a little bit more detailed story on what went down with the situation. I guess that phone messing it up, huh? Because it's close. The situation that had went down with Terence Crawford being pulled over, man, because we seen it break into the news and break into the media and everything like that. So I wanted you to give him the first hand, and y'all go follow his channel too, True Media. They had
The True Media
reported,
podcast.
they reported, to us, to the world, that reckless driving and that they saw a gun, and that's what made him pull a gun, supposedly. So we getting some information firsthand from you as one of the 4 individuals in the car.
Yes, sir. So, shout out to everybody on the podcast, man. Urban politicians on TV. I'm Coach Malachi Williams. I'm out of Tampa, Florida, West Tampa, Florida. There's a difference. West Tampa, Florida. I have a boxing podcast. I interview a lot of fighters. Me and Bud Crawford is real close. I interview quite a few fighters. So let me explain to y'all what happened. The thing that pissed me off, and is this. And I'm gonna try to be as cordial as I can, but the cracker lied. So basically, I was with Bud all that day. We did an interview at his house, and we left and went to a place called the Steel House Lounge, which is a nice place. They had the parade and all that stuff there. The Steel House Lounge is where the mayor was at, and they were just celebrating, him receiving the key to the city. And let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, man. I'm not.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. So, went there. As soon as we leave the Steel House, it was like 1 something in the morning. For people who may say, well, what a black man doing driving 1 something in the morning? Well, Crawford had an engagement that he had to go to, to commemorate the moment, receiving keys to the city and stuff like that. So right after that, we get in the car and we're leaving right down the street from the place, right down the street from the Steel House Lounge, which is kind of like a club, restaurant, whatever, right? So when we're leaving, the officer says that the officer pull us. They turn the lights on, the officer pull us. Bud pulls over in the car. There's 4 people in the car. It's Terence Crawford. It's his security, Kasim Shabazz. He's a big dude too. He's like 6'5", 260. A young lady behind Bud in the back seat. That's the one that recorded the footage that you guys see on the internet. She's the one that recorded it. And then me, I was behind the passenger seat. So everything was cool. The officer said, "Yeah, man, I pulled you over because you were speeding or whatever the case may be, right?" So I forgot exactly what Bud said, but I think he asked him. He said, "Okay, cool, no problem," or whatever. He said, "Do you have your license and registration?" Bud was like, "Well, yeah, I got that. I don't really have my license on me, my wallet." He didn't have his wallet on him, but he said, "Yeah, but I got my registration. I can show you that." And so another officer walked up on the passenger side, and he looked, and he said, "Oh shit, that's Bud Crawford." You get what I'm saying? So they recognized who he was. The officer that was on the driver's side that pulled us, he was a 30-year-old white cop. We got his name. We got all of the officers that was involved, their name and their badge, their badge numbers. So he said, "Hey, do you have any guns in the vehicle?" So Bud said, "Yeah, I'm licensed to carry a firearm. For all those who don't know, it's not illegal for a black man who's not a convicted felon to not have a firearm." So he said, "Yeah, I do have a firearm. I have a permit to carry it, legally licensed, and my security is legally licensed to have one as well." As soon as he said that, the police pulled the gun out of his holster, and said, "Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Yeah, put your hands in the air." He was just yelling and shit, right? And immediately, everybody in the car got scared. So they were like, "God damn, this shit went from zero to 60 real quick." You get what I'm saying? And he pulled his gun out, because Bud, he asked him, do we have any weapons in the car? He said, yeah, man, I'm licensed to carry. And what made me mad was he pulled the gun out, escalated the situation, and it was so intense. And I'm not exaggerating that I thought he was going to shoot. He was going to shoot him because if you saw the look in that cracker eyes, dog, he had a look of deep hatred in his eyes, like he wanted to blow this man's brains out. And I'm in the back seat, and I'm looking at his face, my hands in the air, and I'm like, because when he pulled his weapon on Bud, the other officer that was on the passenger side window pulled his firearm out on the security. Now the security is 6'5", 260 with a bulletproof vest, says security on it. Everybody know who this brother is. This brother is an activist in the community. He has a training program that teaches black men how to survive a police encounter if you get pulled to stop. That's what Kasim Shabazz does, right? So the officer so Bud, the officer like, put your hands up, don't reach for anything, yada 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 yada. He said, well, you asked me for my license. You get what I'm saying? And, my registration and stuff like that. Then he lied. What made me mad was once Bud got out of the car, he said, open the car. Take your seatbelt off, open the car door. He said, man, you got a gun to my face. And that's the oldest trick in the book. And the old, put your hands up, you comply, take the seatbelt off, or open the car door. Well, guess what? You reaching for something now at this point. You know what I mean? So, motherfucker got a gun in your face. He's telling you to reach, to open the car door and all that stuff there. Well, what's to stop you from shooting me saying that, okay, he was reaching for something and I shot him because I was afraid for my life, right? So, Bud, like, look, man, you got the gun in my face, man. Just chill out. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to open the door or nothing because, you going to shoot me. So, some of that sort, right? And then, so he said, look, okay, I'm opening the door. Don't shoot. I'm opening the door. He opened the door. He gets out with his hands up, and then the officer grab him, put him in handcuffs, stuff like that. The security, y'all getting exclusive information right here. This ain't nothing that I heard. This ain't nothing secondhand information. I was one of the guys who had a gun pulled on him and got handcuffed. So I'm telling you firsthand information.
Crazy.
So the security, he got his firearm in his retention holster, right? So the other officer who put a gun on him said, remove your gun from your hip. He said, man, I'm not going to do that. He said, no. You got a firearm in my head, and you telling me to remove the gun, my firearm from my hip. Hell to the no. He said, look, what you need to do, you can reach down yourself. I'm gonna keep my hands up on the roof of the car, inside of the car. You can test the roof, on the roof of the car. And he had to tell the officer what to do. Listen, you can reach and take the gun out of my retention holster. I'm gonna keep my hands up. And that officer opened the door, took the gun out of Kasim's retention holster, and then he secured the weapon, secured it, and then he it was like 10 officers had them pull up something of that sort. I forgot how many, but it was a lot of them. Gotcha. And the security got out of the car. They handcuffed him. Big dude. So I'm afraid for both of them because this Terence Bud Crawford, this shit that went from 0 to 60 real quick. You ask the man, was there any firearms in the car? He's legally licensed to carry a firearm. The lie in this whole police report, Ed, was the police said that he saw a firearm on the floor dashboard. That's a goddamn lie.
Gotcha.
He didn't see no firearm because there was no firearm on the floor dashboard. You know what I mean? But don't keep no firearm on the floor dashboard. That's a lie. You ask the man, did he have any firearms in the car? He says, yes, I'm legally able to carry a firearm, stuff like that. And my security has a firearm as well. He's armed security.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this right here. With them doing that, they said they launched an investigation out there. They put that out there very quickly. They made it very, clear. We looking into this. They saw the steam that it got in the media. They've launched their own situation with it. Like, we finna look and get all the results, and we gonna be very transparent. Obviously, it seems like this cop is not properly trained for him to move that way. Do you think? How long do you think it took him to realize who Terence Crawford was, the one that pulled the gun?
To be honest with you, I don't. I'm not. I don't really know if he knew who Terence Crawford was, but the other officer did.
Okay.
And then
gotcha.
when we got out of the car, when all of the other police officers came, everybody knew who he was.
Got you. I just
You
feel
know what
like
I mean? So
I just feel like with these type of situations, a lot of people don't understand how it makes you feel to have somebody point a gun at you, officer or not. This is somebody who has had a gun pointed at them by police. I've never had a gun pointed at me by nobody but police, and it's happened more than once because I have an old school muscle car, and it has that look to it and everything like that. So throughout the years, I'd have been pulled over more times than I could count. I'd have been searched. I done had everything pulled out of my car, laid on the ground. I'd have been handcuffed, put in the back seat. It's not a good feeling at all, especially the older you get.
Especially when you got an aggressive officer, too.
Exactly.
That's just it.
And the older you get, as opposed to, hey, bro, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not breaking no laws. I haven't done anybody wrong. This is my day in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm the world champion. I'm the best boxer, pound for pound, of this era. This is not a debate anymore. I'm at home supposed to be celebrating, and you treat me out here like I'm a criminal that deserves to have a gun in my face. Nah. So we firm on the, hey, bro, this ain't safe. This ain't how it's supposed to go, and this is something that should never happen, man. So, nah. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, too, man. Y'all get over there to True Media. Was there anything else that had happened with that?
Yeah, so what happened was, I want to clear some stuff up because some people saying that, well, the officers, they want to get back home to their family and stuff like that. Bro, look, this some bullshit. So basically what you're trying to tell me is, people who are legally able to carry a firearm that the officer did not see. He didn't see any weapons. He asked, was there any weapons in the car? And the driver told him. And then as soon as the driver told him, he pulled his gun out and, looked like he wanted to blow my man's brains out. That's what we saw. So he didn't do anything to the point to where that nothing illegal to make them want to pull a firearm out. That's crazy. When Bud got out of the car, he immediately said, look, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Ain't nothing to talk to you about. Get your supervisor. Because that's when all the police realized who he was. He said, get your supervisor, your sergeant. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. The officer wanted to put him in the car. Say, look, I want to put you in the car. We don't want any media attention on this. He said, no, I'm not going nowhere. We gonna stand right here, get the supervisor on the phone, get the supervisor here right now, your sergeant. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. So the police report was right when the sergeant and the lieutenant or whoever put that statement out. I think the mayor said that the sergeant or the lieutenant came on the scene. I think it was two of them at Mr. Crawford's request. He did request that, and then they took the firearms, checked them, seeing that everything was clean. They gave the firearms back, and then Bud pulled out his phone and recorded the officer and said that he said that I got you for speeding, and he said, well, if I'm speeding, how fast was I going? What did you clock me at? And he couldn't say.
And there you go, right there, man. Hey, we know what it was from the jump. Omaha, get it together out there.
Same, bro, it took a cheap shot.
Yeah, man. That's how I go, bro. And I'm glad y'all made it out, bro. And like my boy DJ Ace told me at the spot, man. My guy DJ Ace at one of my spots, he said it being Crawford might have saved another brother life that night. Because we know how these things end with cops, so it saved another brother from going to jail or catching a case. Yeah. Just the fact that it's Crawford, who is the world champion and 100% legit. What they was driving? Y'all was driving an electrical vehicle, huh?
Yes, sir. That was it wasn't a Tesla, but it was an electrical vehicle.
Nothing. Even if it was flashy, I mean, y'all knew it was. Yeah. It's just like, I know what you're saying. You ain't wrong. I'm just saying, like, it's Crawford, my nigga. You know that. It's just one of them things. Yeah, bro. So it's just that, and we glad that y'all made out all right, man. And like Crawford really say, you know, I'm glad y'all here and everything straight, man. We'll stay updated with it. Everybody go tap in the True Media Boxing channel. My guy out of Tampa, Florida. Say what?
You heard me at True Media Podcast.
True Media Podcast, man. Go tap into it. It's TRU, True Media Podcast on YouTube. Gonna pop right up. One of the best boxing channels in this game, raw and uncut. Go turn him up. He in the mix with it, getting exclusive stories. Running this show every day, Monday through Friday live, 3 to 3 Central. What time?
No, it's 2 o'clock, 2 to 5 Central Standard Time.
2 to 5 Central. Okay, 3 to 6.
3 to 5. Yeah, 3 to 6 East Coast time.
Y'all tap into him, man. My guy Malachi, coach. Appreciate you tapping in, man.
Yes,
We gonna do some more work in the future too, man. I'm glad you was able to call into us and things like that. I want everybody to go tap into his channel and subscribe, man. I'm gonna hit you up.
All right, and I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody on the panel as well, man. Much love to you, brother.
For sure.
Yes,
I appreciate you calling in, man.